Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Big Talk Pigskin Edition. Now, we are still under with the Big Talk umbrella. It's just a new edition. So we got Big Talk Pigskin Edition, which is football. Then we got Big Talk Hardwood Edition, which is basketball. Now, this is just an add-on for football season. So in here we will be talking about the Ohio State and Texas Longhorn games. Now, I am your host, Keon, and my co-host is Andre and Bowden. All right. Now, first and foremost, y'all, how do y'all feel about the game? What?
Um,
Go ahead, Dre.
it wasn't really the game I expected. Um, I will say I was impressed by how it was a big defense game. I'll get that out the way, but I was impressed by
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State's defense. Um, they pretty much had a new defense this year. They got a new D coordinator, and they only returned three starters, and one of them being Caleb Downs. So, like the other two, you never know how truly ready they are based off last season's reps. So, for them to have basically a new defense and come and play like that defensively against the number one team, I think that it was a win overall for Ohio State, but also could be a loss too because we expected we hype up their receiver core, we hype up everything they have, so we expect them to do big things, and when they didn't, it kind of just threw me off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, those defenses looked great on both ends. Honestly, I was really impressed with Julian
Mm-hmm.
Sand, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about him coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But the defenses look great on both ends. I think that Sand was making all the passes. He looked really good. You know, there was a lot of drops by the receivers, but very
Yeah.
accurate day in his first start, especially against the number one team in a really good Texas
Mm.
defense.
Yes. Yes. So I'm over here looking at some of the stats, right? Statistically, Ohio State should have lost because in total yards, Texas had 336 to Ohio State's 203. But in that case, Archer Manning did not play the best. He went 32%, 17 for 31 completion rate, which is not good at all. But he thrown 170 yards, which is kind of subpar for 17 completions. Now, I can't say both defenses was nice and was really good. Like y'all held each other to under 200 rushing yards, and both teams had over 30 rushes, you know?
Mhm.
So, but Ohio State defensive line was put in Texas O line in a blender. Like Arch Manning had no time. They was actually stopping the run very nicely. So, how y'all feel about the coach change for Ohio State?
Well, I think Matt Patricia is a great coordinator. He's a great defensive mind, and there's probably
Mm-hmm.
not much of a better hire they could have done than bringing in
Mm-hmm.
Matt Patricia on the defensive end. On the offensive end, you know, I think losing Chip Kelly, I mean, that can be huge. Chip Kelly's a great offensive coach, but I really liked what they did offensively today or yesterday.
Yes.
That
Mhm.
Yeah. How you feel, Dre?
Um, you know, I'm kind of impressed, I guess. When you get a new team, and then like there were
Mm-hmm.
a lot of new parts coming in, and you take a new coach, and I don't know, for your chemistry to click good enough week one to beat the number one team, I feel like the coaches did a good job. I already
Mm-hmm.
spoke on the defensive coaches, so hats off to them. They did a good job. Offensive coach, I give them props too because we started off real slow. Our first drive, like we dropped the ball for the first down. The next drive, we had like two, three drives. Like we just kept dropping the ball. He's still making it work, and then to essentially make the offense click and run by only running the ball like for the first part of the game. I think he
Mm-hmm.
tested good and picked it up and kept it going.
Yes, yes. And I can say y'all leading rusher was CJ Donaldson Jr. with 19 carries and 67 rush yards. That's 3.5 average. But he did score on that fourth and goal, the fourth and two from the
Mhm.
goal line, just to set him up 7-0. Now, I can say what the first half was a little lackluster for the Texas Longhorns because Archie Manning couldn't get nothing going for them. And it's kind of funny on how his brothers perceived him after the game. They talking about that Arch Manning was adopted.
Yeah. Peyton and Eli were not having that.
They was not
no,
they that was not the Manning way in their eyes. But it's his first start, and this is like his second or third year, right?
Mhm.
yeah, year
So
three. I think
so
this is his third start. But the last two
Hmm.
starts were last year against, like two group of five schools. So I mean, this was his
Yeah.
first real test.
I will say,
Hmm.
I don't think he played necessarily that bad. He went up against like, if not the one of the best defenses, and then along with like, so his two running backs, he had one go for 40, and then the starter went for 80 yards. So to put
Hmm.
up your 70 yards and a touchdown, or 170 yards on top of that, like throwing separate from like the rushing that they put up, I feel like he did a pretty good job. And then he kept it close, he kept it manageable. Like, it's just unfortunate that like you being less experienced, your first game was against Ohio State. But for it being against Ohio State, I think he played good. Had it been any other team, like not a tier 5 team, I think he'd have played a lot better than we expected.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I can agree with you on that one. But still, once again, just to throw 17 for 30. That is 32%, I believe. That's not that good, honestly. But he also threw a touchdown, but he threw an interception too. He was supposed to throw
Yeah,
two interceptions, and like he threw the interception in crucial moments. So that's just him showing him that he's really kind of unexperienced just for not right now. It is still week one. So like he can improve outside of this. And also he had 10 carries for 38 yards. So that means the pocket was collapsing. He had really no time back there to actually breathe and do, his routes and whatnot.
yeah,
Like, but the routes was not getting developed. But I can say for his one touchdown, he threw that boy right in the bread basket.
he
He
did.
did.
That
That
was
That
a
was a beautiful
ball.
ball.
that was beautiful. I'm like, it could not get no better than that. So he still got talent. He still shows that he has a high potential window, and that's amazing. And I can't wait to actually see him further along.
Mm.
And I think a lot of that reason that he was, losing, he had a lot of pressure in the pocket was that Ohio State D line.
Hmm.
Early on, it seemed like Texas was just kind of running the ball all over Ohio State, and then
Yep.
it just took a couple of drives for that D line to finally mesh together. Like they're all new players there for the most part. None of
Hmm.
them had started for Ohio State before Saturday, and so you could see them mesh and grow and like become a unit throughout the whole game. And by the end, I was very, very impressed with them.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, Dre, what's your thoughts on Texas?
Um, I think Texas did what they were supposed to do. I didn't think they were going to beat Ohio State. I thought they were the true number ones, but Texas played like a number one team against like another top 3 ranked team. I think they played good, um,
Hmm.
and they had a pretty balanced game. I think if you put Arch Manning with 2 years of experience, you might have a completely different game. Ohio State might not have been ready. And I feel
Yeah.
like when you talk about the interception, like Texas was driving, like we just kind of got bailed out because Jermaine Matthews, like he ended up catching up and jumping up on the ball, but it looked like he was beat
Hmm.
a little bit on the corner route. So I
Hmm.
don't know. Texas played good. They kind of surprised me.
Same here. And I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I thought this game was gonna be a shootout.
Yeah.
I was projecting about 42 to 35 type of
Yeah,
win, not 7 to 14.
I thought it was
Which
gonna be at
Yeah,
least 50
definitely.
points scored.
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
yes, yes. But 7 to 14 is not bad. Ohio State still got the win at the end of the day. But both of the defenses were just phenomenal, and I can't say that enough. Especially for Ohio having a new defensive coordinator and all new starters for the defense, that is phenomenal. And they're gonna be a problem in the Big Ten. I can say that. So the Big Ten has to get ready for Ohio State defense. And once Ohio State offense get the clicking even more, they finna be a deadly team to actually beat.
Speaking on that, and I thought about this with the Texas defense. So Jeremiah Smith, we was all like expecting him to go crazy. The
Hmm.
offseason, he was kind of saying like he's gonna take off now. He's gonna start trying. So
Hmm.
Texas, they both their starting DBs had left. One of them was an award winner last year, and he's gone. So
Hmm.
I was kind of expecting it to be an air raid since it was a new secondary. I thought we were just gonna be testing them a lot, but
Hmm.
I don't know, for them to just come out dropping that like that, it kind of just it makes me nervous because it kind of shows like a way to slow down Ohio State in the future. So next week when I play Ohio State, I might come out, I don't know, put bracket Jeremiah Smith again, and then make them figure out what our offense is. Because if Texas could have took advantage of the slow start from Ohio State, trying to figure out their identity, like it could have been a different game. So having like a week to prepare for that, knowing like this is a big weakness for them, like a tier 3 team could potentially compete with them if they can shut down the offense like that.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said earlier, Julian Sand was very, very accurate. Even when the passes were dropped, they seemed to be right in their hands. Like every incompletion was basically a dropped pass. And that makes me think, is it just the receivers like having like early game jitters? Or is Julian Sand throwing the ball just maybe a skosh too hard? Is he rocketing it just a little bit and it's just bouncing off hands? I don't know. I don't think that's it. I think it's just week one, and the receivers will get over that, especially Jeremiah Smith. I mean, that was a slow game for him, but even last year against Texas, he had 1 catch for 3 yards. So I think they'll get a lot better.
And he went for 6 catches for 43 yards. So like it was a sneaky game, quiet game. Like because when I was going back to the stats, I thought it was the same as last year. Like he had like 2-3 catches, probably like 3 yards, but I forget like the slant he caught. I think that was the first down. The screen he caught, he took that for like 8 or something like that. So I mean, he did have some quiet but big plays that we just kind of forgot about because we expect like the 80-yard touchdowns and the deep jump balls from him. So we kind of did forget like he had a decent game. It just wasn't the game we expected. When we looked at like the replays at them dropping the ball, it just looked like they weren't looking it in. Like they took the eyes off there, looking down the field, trying to make their moves already. So I think they'll just lock in with the receiver coach. They'll, I don't know, do some more catching drills, and they'll come back receiver you again, best receiver coordinator.
On the receiver end, who I was really impressed with was Tate. Tate looked Carnell Tate looked really, really good. That 40-yard touchdown pass from Sand to Tate, that was fantastic. That was a great ball.
Beautiful.
Great ball, great catch. Like just perfect play overall.
Yes. That was a beautiful ball. And I forgot how big Cardinal Tate actually is. Because he did it perfectly. He shit off the defender and basically boxed him out like how we do in basketball. And it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. But go ahead.
I will say Carnell Tate is somebody to watch out for this year. Like when you go back and watch his tape, like he is elite. He is a dude. The way he runs his route, the way he catches the ball, like all of it, it's so smooth. And for him to be a receiver 2 at almost any other team in college football, he would be receiver 1. So like that is low key scary. If you want to bracket Jeremiah Smith, we still got Carnell Tate who can make plays like that. Like that was a Jeremiah Smith type play, and he's doing the same thing. And then Brandon Ennis had a slow start, but we still have them. Like we got dudes, so I feel like it's gonna click. It's gonna pick up for us Buckeyes real soon.
I mean, when you have a guy like Carnell Tate as your receiver 2, you can't double team Jeremiah Smith at receiver 1. You can't. So it just opens up the field a little bit more and makes it easier to complete some passes.
And I totally agree with that because I'm not gonna lie, y'all offense could be like the Bengals offense in a way because like how they got Jamar Chase and T Higgins, it's the same thing with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith. So you can't, like you said before, you cannot double one and expect the other one to play subpar. That will not happen. If you have two superstars like that, you have to play them evenly. But I can't say I can't wait to see what Ohio State and Texas do in the long run because it was week one jitters. It was a lot of drop passes all of Saturday from every team. So week one jitters, and once they actually get that out, we will be looking at something better.
I won't be surprised if we see these guys rematch sometime in the playoffs.
Yes, I won't be either. And that game's gonna be electric.
So the past 3 out of 4 times that Ohio State and Texas has played, the winner of that game has gone on to win the national championship. So I don't know. That might be a good sign.
Yeah,
The
no,
According
Buckeyes.
according to
no, no,
statistics, does
no.
Ohio State do it? I don't know.
Because
I don't know about that.
hey, Ohio State still got to get past Michigan, and Michigan have a revamped offense.
You know that I like Ohio State over anybody, but when we get to Michigan, to be honest, Q, we can play our twos or threes. You can win that every time. We don't
Oh,
care.
nah, nah,
We
nah,
focus on winning the natty. You know the real
nah,
game.
nah, nah,
Would
nah.
you
That
would
is.
you worry about $10 if you got 10,000 waiting on you?
Fair enough.
Yeah, hey, that is fair, but the likelihood of y'all playing y'all twos and threes against Michigan, the
I mean,
the game,
That wouldn't
one
happen. That game matters.
no,
exactly.
we won't.
Yes, it
But we
matters for
don't.
both
We're not
schools.
too upset if you win your regular season championship, I guess. So if
Hmm.
you win that, then congratulations. But
Yes.
no, you guys did look good though. You don't mind talking about other like Big Ten teams right quick? I'm kind of interested in how. I didn't watch the Michigan game, so I'm interested in how y'all went. I saw your quarterback play good though.
Well, I'm gonna just give a very brief overview. So offense is revamped with Bryce Underwood taking the helm. He is one out of the only four true freshman QB starters to ever play at Michigan, and he did, in my eyes, good. Even though it was New Mexico, but either
Mm.
way, that is still a great game he played. He was accurate. He went 21 for 31, and like six of the passes was not his fault. They was his drops. But he have a lot of zip on it, and I run it back. He had a great game.
Yeah,
Mm,
I thought Michigan looked pretty good on the offensive side. I mean,
mhm,
defensively they kind of broke down a little bit. They
mhm.
weren't overly strong as what you would normally expect, but I think that's just game one and them just trying to get meshed together.
Yeah, which is understandable. It's really understandable.
But
But hey, thank y'all for all y'all time, and I hope everybody tune back in for the Big Ten Pigskin Podcast. All right. I hope everybody have a good day. Drive safe and be safe. Okay. In God's name we pray.
hey
Amen.
man,